I am going to go through the ownership statement and explain what each section means. So let's begin. At the top, you will find your details, the statement period, ownership ID, the balance and ownership payment. From there, you will find the rental income summary for the period. The rental funds that show on your statement are all of the rent and invoice funds that have been collected from the tenant. If you feel the rent is short, it is likely that the tenant has not made the payment or that the funds have not been deposited into our account just yet. We will always send any funds received to you at mid and or end of month. Any outstanding fees will be deducted first, and then any outstanding invoices will be paid to the contractors. All remaining funds will be dispersed to you. If a tenant isn't paid to date, we will issue a 7-day termination notice on day 4 of the rent arrears. As we are a trust account, it can take up to 3 business days for the funds to reach our account, so the tenant may have already paid the rent, and it will show in our account in the following days. You may notice on your statement that there is an effective pay to date. This usually occurs when the tenant pays a different amount to the rent. For example, the tenant pays $600 and the rent is only $580. There will be a $20 part payment. This is common when a rent change happens. The effective pay to date is the date through which the tenant has actually paid rent, after factoring in all payments, credits, and adjustments, not just the last payment they made. Next will be the property income, expenses, and ownership summary. Here you will find any outgoing or ingoing funds. Any invoices that have been paid out to the contractor or invoice refunds will show in this section. Water invoices. When the water invoice is received from the Water Corporation, we will pay it in full on your behalf so that you don't incur any arrears. This payment will appear on your statement as money out. We will then issue an invoice to the tenant, allowing 14 days for payment. Unless the invoice is received within the first 14 days of the month, the tenant's reimbursement will generally appear on your next statement as money in. Total fees paid are credited in period. Here you will find any fees that have been charged for the month. The management fee is charged every time the tenant pays rent. If the tenant doesn't pay rent, you won't be charged a management fee. Withheld funds. For any works that exceed $1,000, we need to hold at least 50% of the funds. This prevents any delays with the contractor being paid. We will always ask for your permission to hold the funds. You may want to ask us to withhold funds if you know there is some expensive works you want to have done in the future. Any smaller outstanding invoices will be paid, even if the funds are held. Ownership payments. The total ownership payments paid to you for the month will show as money out. Closing balance. The closing balance reflects any funds that have not yet been disbursed to you. This may occur if funds are being held, or if there is an outstanding invoice that exceeds the available funds. Outstanding amounts. Towards the end of the page, you will find any outstanding invoices and the total amount that is still outstanding. We are always happy to help with any statement queries you may have. However, we cannot offer you any financial or tax advice and recommend you seek professional advice for any questions you have.